Hi guys, welcome back to The Bell. I'm your host, Reabetswe. This podcast is a podcast, or platform to celebrate women in sports and entertainment. And today we're talking all things public relations and communications. That's why I brought this lady right here. She goes by the name Reabetswe Mooketsi, also known as Rabi.
Yes.
Yeah, the industry calls you Rabi.
Rabi.
Exactly. So Rabi owns her own PR company called Publicity. And yeah, she's here to tell us everything about PR. But before that, she's going to take us back to where it all started. Your childhood.
Mafikeng. Yes, Maftown. What's good? What's good?
Yes.
So where did we start? With where I'm from?
Exactly. Where are you from?
Okay.
Where did you grow up? How were you as a kid? Your passions when you were...
Rabs.
Yeah.
Rabs was... I'm still active. I've always been an active child. Mm-hmm. Growing up in Mafikeng was quite a privilege, It's quite a small town.
Yeah.
You were allowed to become who you are, what you wanted to become. You could literally be whoever you wanted to be. You could express yourself. No one will judge you. Grew up in Unit 8 in Mafikeng. It's one of the urban areas there. Mm-hmm. A lot of swings around, a lot of playing on the streets. I went to primary school in Living Faith, then high school. I went to Golf Park, Varsity, Northwest University. That's where I acquired my BA in communication. Then later moved to Johannesburg for my postgrad and actually studied my degree. But during varsity, quite a number of people don't know that I also did radio, and that's how I actually found out that I found my step into the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Because I studied PA. Oh my gosh, no.
That's me.
That was the worst time. That's like 6 months in of studying LLB. Not BA.
Wait, so LLB. Was that your first degree?
That was my first degree, 6 months
so
of
wait,
LLB.
So in high school you thought I want to be a lawyer?
No.
Hectic. So yeah.
My parents.
So what did you want to be in high school?
I knew that I wanted to be in the entertainment. I didn't know what I wanted to become. But I kind of knew that it has to be in the entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start. I don't know where to begin. But it has to be in the entertainment. So then after high school, then I moved to Pretoria for like 6 months, studied LLB, and that was the worst time of my life. And, shout out to DJ Zondi, the late DJ Zondi was like, yo, what's good? You know what I mean? Like, you have a great voice. Like, do radio? I'm like, And my parents came to fetch me in Pretoria because I wasn't studying and I was failing. They were like, hey, Rubs, let's move to Maftown. Let's go back. And this was like July. I have like August till December. I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
So then I went into radio, local radio station, Mafikeng FM. I literally wrote a letter. I just typed in a letter and said, yo, hi. If you need someone,
I'm the guy.
I'm willing to learn. I know that I have the voice. I know that I have the personality. And shout out to them, and they opened the doors for me. And that's how I became Rabi Mafikeng. I've always been a popular kid, but I think for me, I became more popular just after radio. Then I registered BA Comms. That's when I had an idea, okay, cool. Now I know what I want to study.
Okay.
Then I went into varsity in 2012 to study BA Communications. So that's where my school, career started, and later graduated, came to Vega for brand innovation, postgrad diploma, and this is where we are right now.
All right. So so you got into radio. And you're like, actually, this communication is what I want to do.
Yes, because my parents were like, if you want to do something, you have to go to school.
Oh, okay.
If you want to sing, you're going to go to school for singing. Go music, do something. You know what I mean? So for me, that was the only thing back home, because they're like, you're not even again until you graduate.
Until you
show in Pretoria and you rocked. So what's going on?
You. Yeah, no, I get it.
You know what I mean?
So I want you to explain what communication means to the people listening.
Communications is literally the basic of taking one message to the next. What we're doing now is communication. What I'm saying and how you understand it, you're the recipient. I am, so basically it's taking one message to the next, and the messaging needs to be understood. So that's the foundation of communications. There's different forms and different types of communications. It could be a verbal communication, it could be a non-verbal communication. But as a BA Comms degree, it's more expendable. We had an opportunity, shout out to Northwest University, the degree is amazing because then you got to experience different types, of streams within the communications, faculty. Literally, you could specialize in broadcasting and marketing. You know what I mean? Then later, yes, it's quite broad. Then you then go into your PR. Then you actually get to choose what you want to become because you have the basics of each and every streamline.
Yeah.
If I wanted to be a marketer, which I am now, I could do that. If I wanted to do PR, I had an idea what PR was. So it's quite broad. That was an amazing, and I'm very sure now that the whole thing is bigger now.
Yeah.
We have moved into the space where we are in the 4IR space now. Everything is digital, which
100%.
In our times, social media was there, but it was not as hectic as it is right now. And I'm very sure they could grow into that, and become a much better, and more advanced and developed program that they have for PA comms.
I like that. And of course, it's one thing to study something in this, it's another thing to actually
go into it.
Exactly. So how did you enter this industry? Because you said you were in radio, you studied, and then how did you now enter
into the job space? Because this is the heart. This is our New York. This is where dreams come true. How? So how I had to move to Joburg, I started to remain in school. That was strategy. That's when I did my postgrad. My parents were like,
so did you do it here?
Yes, at Vega.
Oh, okay.
Yes, in 2016.
Okay.
Yes, 2016. And whilst I was studying, I was like, because school was only in the evening.
Yeah.
I need to work. Most
During
of my peers in class were head of marketing and NetBank. I'm like, whoa. You know what I mean? Girls were working something at DSTV, someone at Live. And I was literally the minority. I'm sure of that class we were like, let's say 30, and maybe 5 were not working. And I was part of that 5. And I was like, I have to do something. I can't really depend on my parents for this long. You know what I mean? I'm old now. Some form of independency. Then I started, I think the first thing that I did when I get to work, I got a LinkedIn account. I DM'd everyone that was a director. A director of what? And Rufilo Ramokase was one of them.
Who's that?
Rufilo Ramokase is a pioneer in the music space. How I knew Rufilo, he used to manage Kulichana. Yes. When Kulichana automatic Maratata. You remember that era to sticker into moving into what Kulichana is as a brand today. So Rufilo Ramokase is the guy behind the whole team, Maftown Heights. So Rufilo then was at Sony Music, and I made sure that I DM'd Rufilo on LinkedIn. I even DM'd Pitan Doro from SABC, that morning breakfast show on SABC2. I'm like, hey bro, what's good? I need to do something, And he was really responsive. So a big shout out to people that you actually reach out to that are big and just has the time to respond to a normal person. You know what I mean? Then Rufilo Ramokasa was like, yo, what's good? Okay, cool, noted. I swear a month or 2 later, I got a call from the HR at Sony Music. It was like, there's an internship, PR internship open. That's how I got my foot into the game. I started as an intern at Sony Music, so that's how I found also my space in the music. It found me. I never thought I would start at Sony Music. I thought I'd remain in the production space. Because obviously I was coming from radio. Thought I'd get here and do YFM, We all had a YFM, But Sony then became my start. And that's how I also fell in love with PR, because that's what I was doing every day.
I was about to ask actually. So as an intern, because I was an intern for homecoming events, right? And we went through each department. And then from there you decide,
you choose what you want.
So is that the same thing at Sony?
I know.
Okay.
So hence I said PR found me, music found me. I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
So you just like,
I just wanted to do something, but I'm like, it's Sony Music.
Why not?
You know what I mean?
Let's go.
I was like, I'm definitely going this, and I'm going to do it. And I did it. You know what I mean? DJ Mapurisa, Midnight Staring, Stay Shining, Ricky Ray.
That's crazy.
I did so many cool stuff, and I was groomed by the best, and thank you to Rufilo Ramokase, for responding and for actually taking my message seriously and be like, I think there's a child that could be part of this list, send your CV. Then they'll like come for interview. Okay, second one was a bit difficult, but I made it. 6 months in, Universal was like, hey.
And then you're like, let's go.
I'm like, girl. Literally 6 months at Sony, and Universal was like, hi. And I was like,
hi.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And I went in, they were like, hi, so this is the boss. I thought I was going for an interview.
Yeah.
Like that's the bathroom, that's the kitchen.
Oh wait, you didn't.
Bro,
There was no interview.
I swear I was going to be interviewed. But also that's God's grace. That's favor. That wasn't me. That wasn't, I was still
Everything was
failing
aligning
you.
for you.
It was aligned,
Yeah.
That's why it's very important to also stay in your lane and do what you love, because that's what you're called for, that's your purpose. Therefore, God is able to process what's meant for you. God is will be able to lead you and make, certain things, But that's how it started for me. Sony,
UMG.
then UMG, I was a coordinator for the, local releases.
Oh, so you did PR for them?
No. So what I was responsible for, I'd coordinate every rollout.
Okay.
Right? Every rollout, I'd coordinate that. Let's say STC Streets and Blink was my favorite release. That's my baby.
Yeah.
Where we had to plan that rollout, how we're going to launch it, what are we going to do, radio tours. By then, Musica was still alive. Would go out around the country, go into those stores and do some installs. But all I'm just saying is, that's how it started for me. You remember music? I'm telling you, bro. We did installs where we were signings.
Yes.
Durban, July, we were in Durban. Then we did Sunday Gateway when Nestle was doing the signings.
Yeah.
We did Mall of Africa. Music, I was still fairly new there. So we do very cool stuff. You know what I mean? Music found me. I didn't know what I'm getting myself into, but I grew into it. I just had an idea of this is a space.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
100%.
It's okay
100%,
not to know.
yeah.
It's okay.
Just let it be.
Yeah, but follow your heart.
Yeah.
Then your stars will definitely
Align, yeah. Everything will, yeah. I wanted to ask as well. So right now you actually own your own PR firm, agency, right?
Yes.
So from UNG, from Sony, how did you be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this by myself now.
And I was scared because you never know when it's the right time. You never know if it's the right decision. What are you getting yourself into? What made it tricky was I was only 8 months into Universal.
Not even a year.
No. I'm that girl.
So wait, 6 months at Sony, 8 months
at Universal.
And then
September,
you were like,
resigned.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah, I'm a very spiritual being. That's why I will keep on referring to God and who God is to me and what God has done and still doing. I can tell you for a fact that there was just something that kept on pushing me to resign.
Oh, okay.
After I resigned, I found out I was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
I was like, what I missed. I think I did a mistake.
Where's the money?
So I wasn't.
That's so funny.
I promise you, that was scary. That was the scariest thing. From 8 months, then my company. All I knew was PR. All I knew was eventing. All I knew was planning and managing, and that was all I was doing. Publicity.
Yeah.
And a week after I registered the company, which was in October.
Wait, so did you register it while you were still working?
Nah.
So wait,
Nah.
You didn't even start
Nah.
it? Okay, that's interesting.
That's fake.
Yeah, whoa.
You know what I mean? It's like I don't know what's going on, but I was like, Also, my father was a businessman. You know what I mean? I lost my father just a year ago.
Wow.
But he was a very successful businessman, and he believed that I could become one. He's like, yo, you getting this much for this work? Yo, you could be getting 100K for the work that you're doing for those people.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you need to pay your dues though before
you have to
get there. So my father was like, I think it's time. But that was the first time I understood what he meant, because he's been saying this for years.
Yeah.
Dog, why do you want to work for someone? Why do you want to? But I did it anyway. So I registered my company in October, first week.
And what year was this?
2018.
Okay.
Yes, 2018. Because I worked at Sony from 2017 around July, August. Left around Jan. Feb started at Universal. September resigned. October registered Publicity. And no plan. I'm pregnant, then I started getting anxiety.
Yeah.
I was admitted after I registered my company.
Yeah.
As I was discharged, I got a call from a guy called Elaine. I don't know that guy, by the way. I didn't know him. Cape Town, I knew no one in Cape Town except my friends. And they're like, a friend advised that we do contact you, that you just left Universal Music Cotton Fest.
What? That is crazy.
So do you know Ricky Rick? I was like, yeah. You know, for me, that was. I just want to show you something about God. You know, every big move that I've made has been favor.
Yeah.
Every move that's seen as great, it's not me. It's all God.
100%. Yeah.
Don't be anxious for nothing. That's what he was saying, and that's how I got, Cotton Fest.
Yeah, actually from Cotton Fest.
Yes, just now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was my first gig. And
really?
Yes.
That is crazy.
I didn't have a bank account and they contacted me.
Yeah.
I didn't know I could.
Yeah.
Ricky literally just had, a 2-page, Ricky just had a 2-page deck, where he literally was like, I want fashion, I want music, I want cotton eaters, I want experiential, this is all I want. And having to take that to media partners, having to take that to everyone that's a partner till this day. Shout out to MTV Base for still holding it down. YFM, they're literally our day ones, and seeing it this past weekend, I'm like,
from where it started, you're like, wow.
I cried.
Yeah,
I cried the whole weekend. Obviously we also lost Ricky, so it was the first card without him. But I'm like, you had an idea, bro, and it is what it is right now. But I guess it's a legacy that he has left. So that was my first client.
Oh,
and
that's crazy.
Today we are.
You have more clients, obviously. Yeah,
and have become a creative agency.
Okay.
So we are rebranding, we are doing the whole thing, and becoming a creative agency.
I like that. So please explain what a creative agency is. It's quick, 2 sentences.
A creative agency is your one-stop shop.
Okay.
So IBA, you would go to IBA for just PR. You go to IBA just for event management or artist management. Now you can come to IBA Publicity for social media influencing.
Okay.
You can come for marketing strategies. You can come for photography and graphics. You can come for strategies. You can come.
So it's
even
more
PR.
broader.
We are more broader. We are a one-stop shop.
Okay.
What the client needs, we receive brief and we give clients that. So we are your solution. We are your one-stop shop.
All right.
And for me, that was post-COVID, because it was either you were going to make it or not.
100%.
And we had to now learn and adapt. We had to learn and adapt, to what was currently available, because everything was just digital. Everything was online. And, bro, are you going to come up with a plan? We had to come up with a plan before we extinct. So hence we are now, or have grown to being a creative agency. Now you see us in productions, where we coordinate in productions. We are now in the front line, where we make sure that marketing is very clear. We make sure PR is very visible. What client wants is what we give to you.
All right. And where can people find you?
On social media.
Handle.
Okay. So at IBA, we are busy with our website now because we are rebranding.
Okay.
So we are busy with our website, new logo to look at, looks cool, looks fresh. But we are on social media at IBA Publicity. My personal one is at Rabi Me, RABIME. Also on Twitter. On Facebook, Reabetswe Mooketsi and IBA Publicity. So that's where you get to see the work that we've recently done. After Cotton Fest, I just did an amazing event with Involving Choir. They are the runner-ups of Makers for Talent. Oh, such an amazing group of kids. Very talented. So, Sony's my client now.
Full circle.
You understand?
Full circle.
From being an intern to
them actually
consulting with me. So it's quite a privilege. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. I'm very grateful for such platforms. Your platform is amazing. Celebrating women, celebrating all that.
Your story needs to be heard. I can't believe people don't really know your story. And I'm like, I remember the first day we met, you were telling me, and I was just like, girl, what?
But Cox is also doing crazy stuff. So shout out to you. You're doing stuff that we don't expect women to do. So you are pioneering your own space. Wishing you all the best. And many more things to come, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but I am very grateful. I don't know if I'm not telling my story because I feel like I'm not where, I don't know. No, I think it's a mental thing. It's also important, don't ever tell yourself that you've made it.
Yeah.
Then you'll stop being hungry, you know what I mean?
You get complacent.
No. Stay hungry, focus on what you want to get. Don't ever feel like you've arrived to your destination. My dreams
It's a
are
journey,
bigger
yeah.
and bigger and bigger. I look at so many women that are in the industry that I look up to. Sibu Mabena has doing amazing things. Shout outs to her. You know, you found your FC Fortunes before me. You found your High Press. You know, those are women, Sheila Afari, those are the women that laid the foundation for
I was
us.
actually about to ask you, like, which women do you
You
want
know what
to
I mean?
see on the show?
On the show, Sibu needs to be here. Has she been here?
No, not yet. Yeah.
Interview Sibu,
Yeah.
Kim Seneke,
Okay.
definitely needs to come to Khadi. Used to be with Ambitious. She has her own agency as well.
Alright.
You know, so there's great women that I work with. Also, we just look from afar and have done great things. Even women in label. You know, someone that was my boss in Sony that did PR. Sony, Sibu Mfenyan. She's been with Sony for a while.
Yeah.
She's now currently the head of Sony Music. Her story is amazing. Her story is great. She studied law.
And they got told.
Yeah, she studied law, but she's the head of PR,
Yeah.
and she has changed so many lives.
Yeah.
Albums have sold, you know, millions streams, and. So that's such women. So we appreciate such women.
Okay.
Thank you so much, girls.
And then lastly, what advice would you give to someone who really wants to make it into this industry? Like, how do they even enter? Where do they even start?
Ooh, child, knock. Never stop knocking. You know, it's very important to, at least, I always say to someone, you know, when you knock on 5 doors, at least one will open.
Okay.
At least one. So the more doors you knock on,
But which doors? Like,
you should know where you want to be. There's no way you want to become a doctor and you don't know where the nearest
which
clinic
hospital? Okay,
or
okay,
hospital is.
Alright.
Come on.
There's social
Come
media,
on.
there's Google, guys.
Come on, we are a three
Yeah.
generation. Come on, you know what I mean? We have access.
Yeah.
We are blessed with various platforms. We are always on our phones.
Yeah.
You know where you want to be. You want to be at the SABC.
Follow those people, guys.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Follow those people, LinkedIn account, make it look stunning, put your CV there. So when they talk to you, because the first thing when you get a DM, you click on, they want to see who am I talking to. Yeah. Also, there's people that have parked outside SABC just when they see someone, be like, yo, this is my demo.
Yeah.
Yo, this is my. You know what I mean? People are hungry. People are hungry. So stay hungry, knock on those doors, know where you want to be, go to where you want to be, and say, this is my email address if you have no opportunities. This is it. I promise you, the more you do that, is the more you get. I promise you that Freema Ramaphosa was one of more than 40 directors that I DM'd. You know what I mean? And out of that, I can tell you, actively 4 people responded.
Okay.
So the more doors you knock, the more opportunity.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, you know, the more you
need to
apply,
push.
the,
You need to push.
the more
Nothing's gonna
chances
come to you.
get.
Nothing's gonna come to you. You know what I mean? So stay hungry, stay knocking. One door at least will open.
All right.
That's the best advice I can let you.